Well, shitting all over the Dems constantly doesn't seem to be making people more likely to vote either. Zigabiz, you're on your third strike, buddy. Your inept, dickless liberal whining is not welcome here. I don't know. You've been here for so long. I don't know why you're doing this now. Is this like a depressive thing? Do you have a brain tumor? You weren't always like this. You're a prominent enough chatter that I remember. Why now? They've always been kind of a lib. Yeah, but it's been ramping up lately. Look, this isn't a call out. I mean, I guess it's definitionally a call out. This isn't, you know, it's not that serious. I'm just saying, like, you know, we have to be optimistic. We have to try. Shitting on Dems is morally necessary. The Democrats are one of the main reasons we're in this position, you know? If people aren't voting because they think their votes don't make a difference, Democrats prove them right. Look at Democrats. Democrats are an affirmation of the belief that apathetic people have that their votes don't make a difference because Democrats don't do anything. Widespread anger towards the Democrats might open up an avenue, might give somebody the impetus, you know, the belief that they could carve a name for themselves by being aggressive, you know, challenge the Democratic establishment, you know? Do what Bernie Sanders couldn't do. It wasn't possible in 2016 or 2020, but now, with the Democrats being this inept, you know, I do maintain that Bernie Sanders was smart to not be openly oppositional to the Democrats back in 2016 and 2020. I maintain it was smart of him to endorse Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, because at those times, the Democrats still had a somewhat legitimate stake to the argument that they were a force against the Republicans. Now they do not. Not only have they lost humiliatingly, losing all three branches of government in their own way, both halves of the bicameral legislature, but in addition, like, they are utterly toothless, completely toothless in their opposition. Literally, like, Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer are the only ones we have right now that are actually, like, in positions of party leadership. Joe Biden, he's gone, dude. Kamala Harris, she's gone, dude. They're all gone. Good night, y'all. They're out. They don't give a shit. Goodbye. They're like, oh, we tried nothing and it didn't work. Goodbye. They dipped. So we're stuck with two anti-charismatic losers who will do nothing. Like, the Democrats are not in a state right now where the voters are even remotely charitable to them, you know? So maybe now people get, you know, antagonistic towards the Democrats and they actually get away with it, you know? Wouldn't that be nice? Be my hope. Or we lose to the GOP, which did happen. Yeah, but it already happened, Sigabiz. Like, what? You think that Schumer and Jeffries are going to win us the game in 2026 or 2028? No. It's clear that sucking up to the Democrats no longer holds any value. Not politically, not optically, you know, rhetorically, whatever else. It's a dead party that offers nothing. Dead party run by dead men. You know, maybe something can grow from the corpse. Jeffrey's gonna do a woke Jan 6, guys, believe me. I believe you. Sure, why not? Ay. Wokuary 6th. It has happened. I have managed to tune out Vaush ranting about Democrats in similar fashion to when he rants about Israel. What happens when I look at YouTube chat, man? It's crazy out there. Dude, if you want to lose forever and, like, die in a ditch along with the rest of us, then, like, keep going the way you're going, man. I don't know what the Democrats have to do to lose your faith. What more could they lose? They lost every branch. I don't know. That's crazy, though. Oh, I can actually look at people's chat history in YouTube chat as well. 3 messages from the past year. You joined YouTube 17 years ago. You're not a kid. Or if you are a kid, then you must have landed on the join YouTube, create new account button falling out of the womb. I mean, damn. I just want what's better for you, okay? Okay, last thing I'm going to say. Hold on. That's why it seems ill-advised to spend so much of our time shitting on them when they're literally the only other option. Zigabiz, they failed. You're being a doomer right now, okay? You're being the doomer. They failed. They failed. The Democrats failed. They're going to keep failing. They're not an option anymore. They had their chance. They failed. It's done. It's over. They failed. They're going to keep failing. Nothing the Democrats are doing right now. Do you not even believe in the idea of pressuring your elected representatives? You see over the past decade how the Republicans have shifted and molded to adjust their behavior to the expanding demands of their constituency and winning because of it. And then meanwhile with the Democrats, you're like, well, let's not be mean to the Democrats because they're all we have. steel sharpens steel. You have to put the Democrats in the forge in order to, like, you're being given mediocre shit. You're like, the chef is serving you a plate of dog shit, and you're like, well, if I criticize the dog shit in the plate, then how will I ever get the crab rangoon that I ordered? You know, they're the one chef. What do I do? What's the alternative to the Dems, though? The Dems aren't just a single block. The Dems are made up of hundreds and hundreds of people, elected and unelected officials. By putting pressure on the Democrats, you listen, okay? This is okay. We're doing Marxism right now, okay? We're gonna talk about material conditions, okay? One problem with liberalism and in the current historical moment, okay, is that liberalism doesn't have an answer to an increase in populist tension that is seen when the internal contradictions of this system of capitalism reach a point where people find them intolerable. Maybe they find them intolerable at some point or another. It doesn't really matter. But the intolerability must be addressed in some fashion or another. This happened after the Great Depression. FDR addressed this. The New Deal provided enough wind. The early advent of social democracy provided enough wind to our system to keep people moving forward, to restore faith in the viability of capitalism, of market-based economics, whatever else, whatever you want to say. We are now once more at this juncture. We are at this point, except Republicans have an answer to it. Democrats do not. Republicans' answer to the rising alienation and inequity and perceived unfairness of the system is to double down on the unfairness but misdirect people. They're doing what the Nazis did. FDR addressed the Great Depression and the feelings people had through the Great Depression with not socialism, but social democracy, Keynesian economics, whatever else. The Nazis chose fascism. Both are viable paths out of that moment of discontent. Obviously, one of them built the greatest superpower the world has ever seen. The other one led to every square inch of Germany getting bombed into fuck and being occupied by 4 different countries until eventually being reunited in the 90s. So you decide, socialism or barbarism, which one do you prefer, okay? Democrats don't have an answer to this discontent in this right now. They have none. They have literally nothing, okay? Literally, like, you look at the Democratic leadership, okay? Look at Jeffries, look at Schumer. What are they offering people? Nothing. There's not even a hope of a plan. There's nothing. There's no strategy. There's nothing. Like, there's no message, no guiding light, no doctrine, nothing that they're pushing people with. Not even a concept of a plan. In this respect, they're falling behind Trump as well. They're offering not Trump, but their not Trump is, guys, look, we're willing to be bipartisan on the deportations, okay? Nothing. So what do we do with this? Well, can the Democrats just magically disconnect themselves from the binds of capital? No. However, things are more complicated than that. Within the Democratic Party, there are many, many people, representatives that are elected, bureaucrats, lobbyists, whatever else, okay? And as fucked as our system is right now, there are still many ways in which it is responsive to the democratic interests of the people. No matter what, power always comes from support of the people. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have no one guarding that money, you lose every time. It doesn't matter how much money or power, everything comes down to people power. Always. No matter what. It doesn't matter if you're a king or a bishop. It doesn't matter if you're the Pope or some kind of future space dictator. Always, always, always. People are social animals. Power is over other people. Power is built on the support of other people. Had Hitler had no support from the people, they would have tossed his ass out of government, and that would have been that. He had to lie to build that support. FDR built his support with the public mandate. Power, support from people underneath you, is not politically neutral, but it's a universal element of power building. So what can you do to make the Democrats better? Well, Jeffries is not very popular right now, is he? How many people are out there waving Jeffries flags? You got a Jeffries hat? You see Democrats out there with big Schumer Jeffries flags waving in front of their lawn? No. The people who like Jeffries and Schumer like them because they've been told to like them. In likelihood, they haven't even seen them talk on TV, okay? It's just like a vague knowledge that they're in leadership positions of the Democratic Party. There is no cult of personality. There is no power. They're just there. They occupy a seat. So what happens if some enterprising young man, woman, or non-binary person, whatever, sees widespread discontent towards the Democrats, which exists and is building every single day? Okay, like seriously, look at the streets right now. Okay, people are not happy with Democrats. Democratic voters are not happy with the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party isn't doing shit right now. Everything's getting worse very quickly, and everyone's going, where are the Democrats? Well, that's a great fucking question. Where are the Democrats? Oh, well, we can't do anything. We lost by 1.8%. The overwhelming public mandate has gone to Trump. Fuck you. Republicans weren't talking like that back when it mattered. That's why they won in 2016. So people are upset. Maybe some enterprising young individual of whatever gender, I don't care, realizes, wow, public discontent towards the Democrats is so great right now. I bet I could win a Democratic primary while shit-talking the Democrats. After all, didn't Trump do that in 2016? Trump won the Republican presidential primary going after the GOP. Shit-talked McCain, shit-talked Bush, shit-talked Romney, went after all of his opposition, and people loved it because the GOP, the establishment GOP, wasn't very popular and wasn't offering people very much. Trump offered them something more aggressive, something more loud. And the GOP was willing to acquiesce because they recognized the power that he held. Now, the Democrats have not historically been as willing to acquiesce to populist demands because it contradicts the interests of the capital class that fund the Democrats, much as they fund the Republicans. Republicans don't fear right-wing populism because right-wing populism doesn't really challenge the interests of capital, but public interest, popularity, it's not always capable of necessarily being suppressed by capital interest, right? Look what happened to FDR. The economic elites hated FDR. They also really didn't like Bernie, but Bernie was very legitimately popular, and FDR, of course, won 4 presidential elections. So, popularity matters. And maybe it's possible that some newcomers, or even people who are currently within the party who start nutting up a little bit, start getting loud and aggressive against the Democrats themselves. And that would be a way out of this. Would it immediately fix things? No. We're kind of fucked for a while.